Imagine waking up every morning knowing that today is a new opportunity, an opportunity to rise above average and step into fortune. The truth is, success isn't reserved for a select few. It's not luck, and it's not just about talent. It's about the choices you make every single day, the habits you build, the mindset you cultivate, and the actions you take consistently. Today, we're talking about the 5 steps to go from average to fortune. 5 steps that, if followed with discipline and determination, will take you from where you are to where you dream of being. Step 1, master your mindset. Your mind is your greatest asset or your most formidable adversary. This truth has shaped the destiny of men and women throughout history. It isn't mere intelligence or relentless hard work alone that distinguishes the extraordinary from the average. It's primarily the power of their mindset. When Henry Ford set out to develop the revolutionary V8 engine, he encountered immediate resistance from his own engineering team. They insisted that designing such an engine was an impossible task, a feat that couldn't be accomplished with the materials and methods of the time. Instead of backing down or lowering his ambitions, Ford stood firm. He instructed his engineers to find a way, regardless of how many attempts it took. No matter how often they came back with "it can't be done," Ford refused to accept their doubts. He believed wholeheartedly in the potential for success and demanded persistence from everyone involved. Over time, that persistence paid off. The engineers, pushed by Ford's insistence and inspired by his unwavering confidence, eventually discovered a workable solution. The result was the famous Ford V8 engine, a true innovation that changed the automotive industry. This story underscores the power of mental discipline and focus. Ford's ability to maintain faith in his vision, even in the face of repeated skepticism, demonstrates how mastering one's mindset can transform the seemingly impossible into groundbreaking achievements that reshape entire industries. Consider 2 individuals with similar talents, backgrounds, and opportunities. One achieves immense success, transforming every challenge into a stepping stone. The other remains mired in mediocrity, shackled by doubts and limitations. What makes the difference? It's their mindset, the internal compass guiding every decision and reaction. Most individuals drift through life, constantly reacting to external events. They let circumstances dictate their emotions, their energy, and ultimately their actions. They become passive spectators rather than active creators of their destinies. On the other hand, individuals who rise above average take deliberate control of their mental environment. They consciously shape their thoughts, condition their beliefs, and harness their emotions to serve their aspirations. Your mind is like a fertile garden. Imagine for a moment that your thoughts are seeds. If you plant negativity, fear, and doubt, your mental garden becomes overgrown with weeds, useless and harmful clutter that chokes out opportunities and potential. But if you plant seeds of confidence, discipline, self-belief, you nurture a thriving forest of opportunity, strength, and resilience. The choice of seeds you plant every day is entirely up to you. But how do you actively choose these seeds? First, recognize that the mind is malleable, shaped and reshaped continually by your dominant thoughts. You are, in essence, the gardener of your own mental landscape. Daily habits of thought, however small, compound over time to create profound outcomes. Every thought either builds or destroys your mental fortitude. Let's examine the destructive power of negative thoughts first. Doubt and fear are silent killers of ambition. When you consistently feed your mind doubt, "I can't," "I'm not enough," or "it's impossible," you create invisible barriers around yourself. These barriers become stronger with repetition, making even simple tasks appear insurmountable. Such individuals rarely realize their true potential because they've convinced themselves of failure before they even begin. Contrast this with a mindset oriented toward growth and possibility. When your mind habitually thinks, "How can I accomplish this?" or "There is a solution to every problem," you immediately open doors that others fail even to notice. Such a mindset sees setbacks not as failures, but as lessons, valuable feedback that guides you closer to success. These people don't retreat when faced with adversity. Instead, they advance confidently, equipped with resilience and resourcefulness. Every fortune ever created started in the quiet recesses of someone's mind. Every great success originated from a powerful mental image, a determined belief, and an unwavering commitment to that vision. These are not mere accidents or strokes of luck. They are deliberate outcomes of disciplined thought processes and unwavering faith in one's capabilities. What separated them was not their immediate resources or intelligence alone. but their exceptional ability to control their thoughts and cultivate powerful mental habits. They trained themselves to perceive opportunities where others saw only insurmountable challenges. They conditioned their minds to remain steadfast in their beliefs when the world doubted or dismissed their ideas. These exceptional individuals understood that the greatest battles are fought and won within their minds before manifesting in the external world. To embark upon the path from average to fortune, you must first master your mindset. Begin by consciously eliminating self-doubt and negative self-talk. Each time you catch yourself saying, "I can't," immediately reframe it into, "How can I?" Shift your perspective from limitations to possibilities. The question, "How can I?" activates your creative thinking and engages your subconscious mind in seeking solutions rather than dwelling on limitations. Remember, the mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions. Each positive thought stretches your mental boundaries, expanding your capacity for success. Gradually, you build a robust framework of belief, discipline, and confidence that supports every subsequent endeavor. Daily practice is critical. Just as muscles require consistent exercise, your mind demands regular nurturing and conditioning. Feed it with books, ideas, and interactions that inspire and uplift you. Surround yourself with individuals who embody the positive traits you wish to develop. Guard your mind vigilantly against negativity and criticism, for these are the weeds that quickly suffocate ambition. The power of visualization is another potent tool in mastering your mindset. Frequently envision your goals clearly and vividly, experiencing emotionally the success you desire. The subconscious mind, driven primarily by emotions, cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and actual events. Therefore, consistent visualization programs your mind to accept success as inevitable, compelling you to take actions aligned with this reality. Moreover, affirmations reinforce this mental conditioning. Regularly affirm statements like, "I am capable," "I am resilient," "I create solutions," and "success flows effortlessly to me." At first, such affirmations may feel unnatural or even insincere, yet repetition embeds these beliefs deeply into your subconscious, gradually reshaping your self-insurance and influencing your actions to align naturally with these beliefs. Mastering your mindset also means embracing challenges as essential growth opportunities. A positive mindset doesn't ignore hardships, it actively seeks them, knowing that true growth occurs under pressure. Adopt the attitude that every difficulty carries within it the seed of equivalent or greater benefit. This belief shifts your focus from problems to potential, transforming setbacks into stepping stones. Finally, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude acts like sunlight and rain in the garden of your mind, nurturing every positive thought you plant. Regularly acknowledging your blessings, big and small, fosters an abundance mindset, encouraging your subconscious to attract more of what you appreciate. Ultimately, your mindset determines your trajectory from average to extraordinary. It is the single most critical factor that dictates your success or failure. The good news, you have complete control over this powerful force. Every thought is a choice, every belief an opportunity, and every mindset a bridge toward your desired fortune. Today, decide to master your mindset consciously. Choose positivity, growth, and discipline. Plant these seeds diligently and consistently, nurturing them every day. Before long, you'll find yourself standing in a flourishing forest of opportunity, wealth, and fulfillment, a testament to the incredible power of your mind. Step 2, set goals that scare you. People who stay average set small goals. They aim for comfort, they settle, they choose predictability over growth. They avoid discomfort, risk, and uncertainty. But those who build fortunes, those who carve their names in history, they set goals that make them uncomfortable, goals that stretch them, goals that force them to become more than they were yesterday. A goal should excite you, but it should also terrify you. If your goals don't make you nervous, you're not aiming high enough. If your ambition doesn't make your hands sweat and your heart race, you're playing too small. The greatest achievements in history were made by people who dared to dream beyond their perceived limits. The difference between the average and the extraordinary is not in the size of the dream, it's in the commitment to it. Everyone dreams of success, few commit to it. And commitment means more than just hoping for the best or working when you feel like it. Commitment means putting deadlines on your dreams. It means breaking that massive goal into small, non-negotiable daily actions. Because a dream without a plan is just a wish, and a goal without action is just a fantasy. Let's say you want to make $1 million. That's a big, intimidating number. It seems impossible when you look at it as a whole, but what if you break it down? How much do you need to make this year, this month, this week, today? When you divide a huge goal into daily actions, it suddenly becomes more manageable. The mountain doesn't seem so high when you focus on the next step instead of the peak. You see, big goals are overwhelming until you break them into small daily disciplines. That's how success is built, brick by brick, day by day. No one wakes up one day and finds themselves at the top of the mountain. They climbed, they sweated, they fell and got back up. They kept moving. Success is not a single moment of triumph. It is a series of relentless actions taken over time. But here's where most people fail. They rely on motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It's there in the morning, gone by the afternoon. It's easy to be excited about a goal in the beginning, but real success comes from discipline, from doing what you said you would do long after the excitement has faded, from showing up even when you don't feel like it. That's what separates those who succeed from those who simply dream. Think of it this way. If you were given a choice between two ladders, one with small manageable steps and another with giant, widely spaced rungs, which one would you choose? The small steps might seem slow, but they are consistent. They are reliable. They get you to the top. The giant leaps, they are impressive but unsustainable. That's why small daily actions are the key. They may seem insignificant, but compounded over time, they create unstoppable momentum. Take any great athlete, entrepreneur, or artist. What do they all have in common? Systems. They don't rely on willpower. They don't leave success to chance. They build habits, routines, and structures that ensure progress. A writer doesn't just sit around waiting for inspiration. They write every day. A bodybuilder doesn't wait until they feel like lifting. They train regardless of how they feel. A millionaire doesn't wait for the perfect opportunity. They create opportunities through consistent action. So set a goal that excites you and terrifies you at the same time. Then create a system to attack it every single day, because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your ability to take relentless, focused action. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. Your success is your responsibility. But let's take it even deeper. Let's talk about the fear that comes with big goals, because here's the truth. Fear is inevitable. If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. But fear is not the enemy. Fear is a sign that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. It means you're stepping into uncharted territory, and that's exactly where growth happens. Most people see fear as a stop sign. High achievers see it as a green light. They use it as fuel. They understand that fear and excitement are two sides of the same coin. The adrenaline that comes from fear is the same energy that can drive you to take action. So instead of running from fear, lean into it, let it guide you, let it challenge you. And then there's failure. Another reason people settle for average is that they are afraid to fail. They see failure as the end. But successful people, they see failure as feedback. Every failure is a lesson. Every mistake is a stepping stone. Every setback is an opportunity to refine their strategy. The only true failure is quitting. Look at Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before he succeeded in creating the light bulb. The lesson, the road to success, is paved with failure. The key is to fail fast, learn quickly, and keep going. If you avoid failure, you avoid success, because success is just failure refined. So here's your challenge. Take one goal, one big goal that excites and terrifies you. Now break it down. What do you need to do this year, this month, this week, today? And once you have that plan, commit to it. Not just for a day or a week, but for as long as it takes, because success is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about consistency. It's about resilience. It's about refusing to settle. The world doesn't reward those who play it safe. It rewards those who dare to push beyond their limits. Those who are willing to be uncomfortable. Those who are willing to put in the work when no one is watching. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most talented, but you do have to be the most committed. Set the goal, face the fear, build a system, take action, and watch how your life transforms. Step 3, develop relentless self-discipline. Here's the harsh truth. Most people know exactly what they need to do to achieve their goals, but they don't do it. They let their emotions dictate their actions. I don't feel like working out today. I don't feel like working on my business. I don't feel like waking up early. These are the silent killers of progress. The whispers of comfort that lead to mediocrity. But success doesn't operate on feelings. Success doesn't care if you're tired, unmotivated, or uninspired. Success rewards discipline, the relentless, unwavering commitment to do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. The greatest athletes and the wealthiest entrepreneurs and the most accomplished leaders do not rely on motivation. Motivation is a fleeting emotion, an unreliable force that comes and goes like the wind. One day you wake up feeling energized, ready to conquer the world. The next day you feel sluggish, uninspired, and unmotivated. If you rely on motivation, your success will be inconsistent, and inconsistency is the enemy of greatness. The secret behind extraordinary achievement is discipline. The ability to show up and put in the work every single day, regardless of external circumstances or internal resistance. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate. It is a muscle that grows stronger with use. The first time you push yourself to act when you don't feel like it, it's hard. But every time you override your emotions and follow through on your commitments, you reinforce the habit of discipline. Eventually, discipline becomes a way of life, an unshakable foundation upon which success is built. Repetition is the cornerstone of discipline. Every act of self-discipline reinforces your control over your mind and body. When you consistently push past your feelings and take action, you are rewiring your brain, programming yourself to operate at a higher level. Over time, discipline becomes a habit. Habits shape your character, and your character determines your destiny. In essence, your daily actions, compounded over time, decide the trajectory of your life. But here is the real question. Are you controlling your habits, or are your habits controlling you? Most people live their lives in reaction mode, allowing their habits to dictate their future. They wake up, scroll through their phones, procrastinate, and make excuses, never realizing that their daily routines are leading them down a path of mediocrity. If you do not take control of your habits, they will take control of you. The first step to mastery is self-awareness, understanding the patterns that are shaping your life. Once you become aware, you gain the power to change. To go from average to exceptional, you must master discipline. It is non-negotiable. The difference between success and failure is not talent. It is not intelligence, it is consistency. The world is filled with talented people who never achieve anything significant because they lack discipline. Intelligence without action is useless. Potential without execution is wasted. The only thing that separates those who achieve greatness from those who do not is their ability to consistently take action regardless of how they feel. Discipline means showing up every day whether you feel like it or not. It means setting a standard for yourself and holding yourself accountable to it. It means doing the hard things when no one is watching, when there is no immediate reward, and when the process feels boring or exhausting. There will be days when you don't feel like pushing forward, days when your mind will tell you to take it easy, to relax, to put things off for tomorrow, but tomorrow is a trap. Tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before you know it, you are looking back at a life filled with regret, wondering what could have been. The only way to break this cycle is through discipline, through an unwavering commitment to your goals and an unshakable belief that you will follow through no matter what. So how do you build discipline? Start small. Discipline is not about making massive changes overnight. It is about making small, consistent choices every day that lead to significant results over time. Wake up when you say you will. Stick to your commitments. Push yourself to do one more rep at the gym. Work on your goals even when you don't feel like it. These small acts of discipline compound, creating a powerful momentum that will drive you forward. Remove the option to quit. The most successful people in the world do not give themselves the option to fail. They do not negotiate with their emotions. They do not allow their minds to convince them to take the easy path. They commit fully knowing that their success is a direct reflection of their discipline. Eliminate distractions. Your environment plays a crucial role in your ability to stay disciplined. If you are constantly surrounded by distractions, social media, negative influences, unhealthy habits, you will struggle to maintain focus. Create an environment that supports your goals. Remove temptations. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. Make success your only option. Embrace discomfort. The path to success is filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. The disciplined person understands that growth comes from discomfort. Every time you push past your comfort zone, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable. Discipline is about embracing the struggle, knowing that the struggle is what shapes you. Take ownership of your life. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. If you want success, you have to take full responsibility for your actions, your choices, and your results. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment does not exist. The only moment that matters is now. In the end, success is simple. It is not easy, but it is simple. Do the work. Stay consistent. Show up every day, no matter how you feel. Success is not about luck, talent, or intelligence. It is about discipline, and discipline is a choice. The choice to take control of your life, the choice to push forward when everything in you wants to quit, the choice to rise above mediocrity and build a life of greatness. So ask yourself, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to embrace discipline, to stay committed, and to show up every single day? If the answer is yes, then success is inevitable, because in the end, discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And the only question that remains is whether you are willing to cross it. Step 4, surround yourself with excellence. You will never rise above the standards of the people you surround yourself with. This is not just a motivational phrase. It is a fundamental truth of human nature. Our environment shapes us in ways we often fail to recognize. The people you spend the most time with influence your thoughts, habits, and ultimately your destiny. Whether you realize it or not, you are the average of the individuals you associate with the most. Their mindset, their habits, and their ambitions, or lack thereof, will inevitably rub off on you. If you consistently find yourself in the company of 5 broke individuals, odds are you will become the 6th. Not because you lack the capability to break free, but because their way of thinking will seep into your subconscious. You will begin to accept their justifications for failure, their complaints about life, and their belief that success is something reserved for the lucky few. When everyone around you is comfortable with mediocrity, it becomes increasingly difficult to strive for excellence. Their casual approach to life will make your ambition feel like an anomaly, an unnecessary struggle. Over time, your own drive will diminish, replaced by a passive acceptance of the status quo. The same principle applies to any area of life, be it finances, health, relationships, or personal growth. If you surround yourself with individuals who lack ambition, discipline, and a hunger for success, you will struggle to cultivate these qualities in yourself. We are social creatures, and we subconsciously mirror the behaviors of those around us. Spend time with people who procrastinate, make excuses, and refuse to take responsibility for their lives, and you will find yourself adopting these very same behaviors. But the reverse is also true. If you choose to surround yourself with people who are driven, focused, and committed to personal growth, you will be forced to level up. When you are in the presence of individuals who refuse to settle, their energy will challenge you to raise your standards. Their work ethic will push you beyond your limits. Their discipline will make you question your own excuses, and their success will force you to confront the areas where you are falling short. This is not about competition. It is about exposure. When you see firsthand what is possible, it becomes impossible to go back to small thinking. Success is not just about what you know, it is about who you are learning from. Information is abundant. Anyone can read books, listen to motivational speeches, but knowledge alone is not enough. It must be reinforced by the right environment. Being around the right people accelerates your growth in ways that self-study never could. You gain insights that you wouldn't have thought of on your own. You see the work ethic, the mindset, and the decision-making process of high achievers in action. Their habits become a blueprint for your own success. This is why the people you spend time with matter more than you realize. Your social circle is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. It is either pulling you forward or holding you back. So ask yourself, are the people in your life pushing you to become better, or are they encouraging complacency? Do they challenge you to grow, or do they keep you within the limits of your comfort zone? Do they celebrate your ambition, or do they subtly discourage it? These questions are not easy to answer, but they are necessary. If you find that your current circle is not aligned with your aspirations, it is time to make a change. This does not mean you must cut people off harshly or disrespectfully, but it does mean you must be intentional about where you invest your energy. You owe it to yourself to be around individuals who uplift you, who challenge you, and who inspire you to become the best version of yourself. One of the most effective ways to elevate your environment is to find mentors. A mentor is someone who has already achieved what you aspire to achieve. They have walked the path you are trying to navigate, and they can offer guidance that saves you years of trial and error. The right mentor will not only provide valuable knowledge, but will also hold you to a higher standard. They will challenge your limiting beliefs, push you to take action, and demand more from you than you demand from yourself. Seeking mentorship is not a sign of weakness, it is a strategic move. The most successful individuals in any field have mentors. They understand that proximity to greatness accelerates their own growth. If you do not have direct access to mentors, seek out books, engage in environments where excellence is the norm, not the exception. Attend seminars, join mastermind groups, and network with individuals who embody the values and success you seek. The goal is to immerse yourself in a culture of progress. The more you surround yourself with people who think bigger, work harder, and expect more from life, the more these qualities will become second nature to you. Another critical factor to consider is energy. Energy is contagious. Just as negativity can spread like wildfire, so can ambition, enthusiasm, and determination. The people around you influence your emotional and mental state more than you may realize. Have you ever noticed how spending time with highly motivated individuals leaves you feeling energized and inspired? Conversely, have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained and uninspired? This is no coincidence. The emotional climate of your social circle dictates your own internal state. Therefore, it is imperative to ensure that you are absorbing the right energy. This principle is why winners associate with other winners. They understand that their mindset, their habits, and their results are a reflection of their environment. They actively seek out relationships that challenge them to be better, that push them beyond their comfort zone, and that elevate their standards. They know that greatness is not achieved in isolation. It is forged in the company of like-minded individuals who refuse to settle. At the end of the day, your success is your responsibility. You have the power to shape your environment, to choose your influences, and to decide who has access to your time and energy. The question is, will you make that choice? Will you take control of your social circle and surround yourself with individuals who propel you forward? Or will you allow yourself to remain in an environment that stifles your growth? The choice is yours, but remember this, if you want to elevate your life, you must elevate your standards. And the fastest way to do that is to elevate the people you surround yourself with. Seek out the ambitious, learn from the disciplined to align yourself with winners. Because when you do, success becomes not just a possibility, but an inevitability. Step 5, take massive action. Most people fail because they get stuck in a cycle of preparation without execution. They read books, they design intricate vision boards that paint a vivid picture of their dream life. But when it comes to taking real tangible action, when it's time to step into the arena and fight for their ambitions, they hesitate, they wait, they tell themselves they need more information, more time, more certainty. And in this endless loop of waiting, their dreams remain just that, dreams. The most successful people operate differently. They do not wait for permission. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They do not overanalyze or get lost in their thoughts. Instead, they move fast, decisively, boldly. They understand that action, no matter how imperfect, is always superior to inaction. Because in the grand scheme of life, motion creates momentum, and momentum leads to mastery. The harsh reality is this: the perfect time will never come. If you are waiting for the stars to align, for your fears to disappear, for the conditions to be ideal, you will be waiting forever. Life is inherently uncertain. Every great success story begins with someone who took a leap of faith despite feeling unprepared. They jumped before they knew if they would land safely. They stumbled, they failed, they recalibrated, but they never stopped moving forward. That's the key. Failure is not the enemy, inaction is. When you embrace failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock, you become unstoppable. The world rewards those who are willing to take risks, who step outside of their comfort zone even when fear grips them. Because courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in the presence of fear. It is understanding that fear will always exist, but allowing it to dictate your choices will keep you stagnant. So what's holding you back? Is it self-doubt? The fear of looking foolish, the anxiety of making the wrong decision. Understand this, there is no such thing as a perfect decision. Success is built on a series of imperfect actions, each one teaching a lesson, each one moving you closer to mastery. The most successful people in the world did not wait until they felt ready. They started before they were ready. They took messy, imperfect action, and through that action, they refined their craft, honed their skills, and built their success brick by brick. Think about the greats, whether in business, sports, or the arts, they all have one thing in common. They stepped into the unknown with nothing but a burning desire to succeed. They encountered obstacles, but they adjusted. They fell, but they got back up. They faced rejection, but they refused to let it define them. The difference between those who achieve and those who remain stuck is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It is action. Relentless discipline, consistent action. The world does not reward those who dream, it rewards those who do. Those who put their ideas into motion, those who execute with precision and persistence. The dreamers sit on the sidelines watching, wishing, waiting. The doers are on the field, playing the game, making mistakes, but also making progress. And in the end, it is the doers who win. So decide right now, what is one action you can take today, immediately, that will move you closer to your goals. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Whether it's making that phone call, sending that email, writing that first page, hitting the gym, or launching that project, do it now. Stop overthinking, stop doubting, stop waiting, because every moment you wait is a moment you lose. Success is not about ideas alone, it is about execution. Ideas without action are worthless. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is execution. It is in the willingness to do the hard work, to persist when things get tough, to push forward when the odds seem stacked against you. Your time is now. Not when you feel ready, not when you have everything figured out now. Because the truth is, readiness is a myth. You become ready through action. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you earn through doing. The more you act, the more competent you become. The more competent you become, the more confident you feel. And with confidence, success becomes inevitable. So take that first step, no matter how small, no matter how uncertain, just move. Start before you are ready, and let the momentum carry you forward. Because in the end, the people who win are not the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are the ones who took action. And you have that power within you right now. These 5 steps are your blueprint to transformation. Master your mindset, set goals that stretch you, develop relentless self-discipline, surround yourself with excellence, and take massive, unstoppable action. Average is easy, fortune is earned, and it's earned through daily choices. So the question is, what choice will you make today? Because your future is not written by chance, it's written by you. Go, take action, and build the life you deserve. Success isn't a matter of chance, it's the result of consistent habits and a winning mindset. While some people seem to attract success effortlessly, it's not because they're lucky. It's because they have developed the right routines, thoughts, and behaviors that align with their goals. Every successful person follows a pattern. They prioritize growth, take disciplined action, and stay committed even when challenges arrive. On the other hand, those who struggle often fall into habits of procrastination, self-doubt, or inconsistency. The difference isn't intelligence or talent, it's the small daily choices that compound over time. If you want to attract success, start by shifting your mindset. Focus on productive habits, surround yourself with positive influences, and take intentional steps forward every day. Success isn't something you chase, it's something you become. When your habits align with your vision, success will follow naturally. These rules will make you become the person who attracts success. 1. Who you become shapes your destiny. Every single day you are shaping the person you are becoming. Your habits, your choices, your thoughts, they are the paintbrushes and your life is the canvas. The question is, are you creating a masterpiece or are you letting life paint a picture you don't recognize? Success is not simply a collection of external achievements. It is a direct reflection of who you are at your core, the way you think, the way you act, the way you carry yourself. All of these determine what you attract in life. The world responds to energy, and if you want to attract greatness, you must cultivate greatness within yourself. It begins with your mindset, your discipline, and your actions. Every decision you make, no matter how small, contributes to the foundation of your future self. Think about the people who naturally command respect. Have you ever met someone who exudes confidence, determination, and purpose? They do not need to speak loudly or seek attention. Their mere presence is enough to influence those around them. This is not a product of luck or chance. It is the result of years of internal work, the conscious decision to pursue growth, to refuse mediocrity, and to build an identity rooted in strength and ambition. They have crafted themselves into individuals worthy of success, and in turn, success gravitates toward them. Edwin C. Barnes had a burning desire to work with the great inventor Thomas Edison. He was not wealthy, had no influential connections, and lacked experience, but he saw himself as a partner to Edison long before the world saw it. Unlike most people who wait for the perfect opportunity, Barnes created his opportunity by taking action. He didn't have enough money to travel to Edison's office in New Jersey, so he hopped on a freight train and arrived with nothing but belief in himself. When he met Edison, he boldly stated his intention, not to be an employee, but to be a business partner. At that moment, Barnes was not yet Edison's partner, but he thought, spoke, and acted like one. Edison saw his determination and gave him a small, insignificant job. Many would have quit, but Barnes continued to work, proving his value day after day. Finally, when Edison needed someone to sell his newly invented Edison dictate machine, Barnes seized the moment. With unshakable confidence and belief in his ability, he became the exclusive distributor of the machine. That single opportunity made him a wealthy man and Edison's trusted business partner, just as he had envisioned from the start Henry Ford. Before becoming one of the most successful industrialists of his time, Ford faced multiple failures. He built 2 automobile companies that collapsed before he finally founded the Ford Motor Company in 1903. At a time when cars were considered luxury items, Ford envisioned an automobile that could be affordable for the masses. His unwavering belief in mass production, efficiency, and innovation allowed him to revolutionize the automobile industry. Even during the Great Depression in the 1930s, Ford's principles of determination, innovation, and resilience kept him at the forefront. His mindset was simple. A man's success is determined by his belief in himself, not his failures. So ask yourself, who do you need to become to achieve the success you desire? The answer is not found in pretending to be someone you are not. Instead, it lies in aligning your identity with your vision. If you aspire to be wealthy, you must adopt the mindset of someone who builds wealth. If you wish to be influential, you must learn to communicate and behave like a leader. Success is not a distant dream. It is a natural consequence of becoming the person who is capable of attaining it. There is a reason why some people seem to attract opportunities effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly. It all boils down to identity. Your identity dictates your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your actions. When you shift your identity to match the life you want, you begin to operate from a place of certainty rather than hope. You move with purpose, and the world takes notice. Too often, people chase success only to find themselves exhausted and unfulfilled. That is because success is not something you pursue, it is something you attract. The moment you become the type of person who embodies success, it will follow you as a natural byproduct of who you are. It is not about chasing wealth, power, or recognition. It is about becoming the kind of person who deserves those things. Your life is your masterpiece, and every day you hold the brush. Will you create something extraordinary, or will you let life dictate your story? The choice is yours. Start shaping your identity today, and success will follow in ways you never imagined. 2. Setting goals with purpose and precision as success is not an accident. It is intentional, it is planned, it is built brick by brick through clear goals and purposeful action. It is the result of deliberate effort, not wishful thinking. Most people live life reacting to circumstances rather than designing their future. They drift, hoping success will find them. But here's the truth, if you don't define what you want, the world will define it for you, and often it won't be in your favor. Life does not hand out success at random. It rewards those who take charge of their destiny. Every successful person sets clear, intentional goals, but not just any goals, specific, actionable, and deeply meaningful ones. When your goals align with your values and your purpose, they become a force that pulls you forward even on days when motivation is low. Your goals should not be vague wishes. They should be precise targets that guide your actions every single day. Let's break it down. Vague goals don't work. Saying, I want to be successful means nothing. What does success look like for you? Define it. Is it financial freedom? Is it mastering a skill? Is it leading a movement? Clarity gives power. The more precise you are, the more focused your actions will be. And here's a key element, reverse engineer your success. If your goal is to build a business, break it down. What do you need to accomplish in 1 year, in 6 months, in the next 30 days? Make your goals measurable, trackable, and time-bound. Success loves structure. Without clear milestones, even the best intentions fade into inaction. But goal setting alone is not enough. Execution is everything. Your goals should scare you a little, but excite you a lot. They should stretch you beyond your comfort zone, because growth never happens in comfort. Those who remain stagnant never achieve greatness. And remember, goals without action are just dreams. The difference between those who dream and those who succeed is execution. Consider the great achievers of history. They did not sit around hoping for success. They meticulously planned, acted with purpose, and adjusted when necessary. Thomas Edison tested thousands of ideas before perfecting the light bulb. Henry Ford revolutionized the automobile industry through relentless refinement of his process. These pioneers did not stumble upon success. They built it with clear vision and unwavering persistence. The key is consistency. Small daily steps compound into extraordinary results. You don't climb a mountain in one leap, you do it step by step. Every action you take should move you closer to your ultimate goal. Even when progress seems slow, discipline and persistence will carry you forward. Success is not reserved for the lucky. It is earned by those who define their vision. Create a strategy and execute relentlessly. Define your goals today. Take action and commit to the journey. Success is not something you wait for. It is something you create. Start now and build your future with intention. 3. Turning setbacks into comebacks. Life will test you. That's a given. But here's the truth. Your success is not determined by how many times you fall. It's determined by how many times you get back up. Resilience is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. It's the ability to keep moving forward despite failures, despite disappointments, despite setbacks. The road to success is paved with obstacles, but those obstacles aren't there to stop you. They're there to make you stronger. The key is to reframe failure. It's not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. Every setback carries a lesson. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every time you get knocked down, you have a choice. Stay down or rise up stronger. History is filled with examples of people who turned adversity into achievement. Abraham Lincoln lost multiple elections and faced personal tragedies before becoming one of the greatest U.S. presidents. So how do you build resilience? You train your mind to see struggles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. When life gets tough, don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? The sooner you embrace the lesson, the faster you'll move forward. One of the most powerful ways to develop resilience is through mental toughness. Resilient people don't dwell on failures. They analyze, adapt, and take action. They control their response instead of letting external events control them. This mindset shift is what allows them to keep going when others quit. It's also about embracing discomfort. Growth never happens in comfort. The moment you challenge yourself, push past your limits, and step into the unknown, you build an unshakable foundation. The greatest achievements come from those willing to endure the struggle. Your ability to bounce back is your superpower. Develop it, and you'll become unstoppable. Resilient people are not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never stop trying. They understand that failure is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. So when life knocks you down, remember this: success isn't about avoiding hardships. It's about overcoming them. Stand up, dust yourself off, keep moving forward, because every step you take after failure is a step toward success. Resilience isn't just a skill. It's a way of life. Master it and nothing can break you. 4. The unshakable power of self-belief. Before the world believes in you, you must believe in yourself. Self-belief is the foundation of all great achievements. It's the silent force that drives people to defy the odds, to rise above circumstances, and to claim the life they deserve. The greatest limitations in life are not external. They are internal. The doubts, the fears, the negative self-talk, these are the real enemies of success. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. But if you do, you become a force to be reckoned with. Think of a time when you doubted yourself, when you hesitated, when you second-guessed your abilities. Now, ask yourself, was that doubt based on reality or fear? The truth is, most self-doubt is a lie. It's a conditioned response from past failures, criticism, or fear of the unknown. But here's the good news. Belief is a choice. You build self-belief the same way you build muscle, through repetition. Every time you take action, despite fear, every time you prove to yourself that you can handle challenges, you strengthen that belief. Start with small wins. Set a goal, achieve it, and remind yourself of your capability. History is filled with individuals who achieved greatness simply because they believed in themselves when no one else did. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity before creating an empire. Henry Ford was ridiculed for his vision of affordable automobiles. Yet, he transformed the industry. The Wright brothers were mocked for attempting human flight, but their unwavering belief made history. Confidence isn't given, it's built. And the moment you start believing in yourself fully, the world will mirror that belief. Doors will open, opportunities will arise, and success will be drawn to you like a magnet. People gravitate toward those who are certain, who move with purpose, and who trust in their own abilities. But here's the catch. Self-belief isn't about arrogance or blind optimism. It's about recognizing your worth, developing your skills, and taking decisive action. It's about silencing the inner critic and replacing doubt with determination. Even if you fail, belief allows you to rise again, stronger and wiser. The difference between those who achieve and those who settle is not talent or luck. It's the courage to believe in oneself despite the odds. Every great success story begins with someone who decided they were capable before they had proof. So choose to believe in yourself today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now, because the sooner you do, the sooner success will follow. It starts with a decision, a mindset, a belief that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. Success is not for those who wait to be validated by the world. It is for those who validate themselves first. Stand tall, trust in your potential, and move forward with unwavering faith, because the moment you truly believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. 5. The key that unlocks every door. If every success had a secret weapon, it would be discipline. Not talent, not luck, not even intelligence, just discipline. The ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Most people wait for motivation. They think I'll start when I feel ready. But readiness is a myth. If you only act when you're motivated, you'll never be consistent because motivation fades. Some days you'll wake up inspired, and some days you won't. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. It's what makes the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Look at the most successful people in any field. Athletes train when they don't feel like it. Entrepreneurs work when no one's watching. Writers write when inspiration is nowhere to be found. They understand this fundamental truth. Readiness is built on daily habits, not occasional bursts of effort. The secret to their achievements isn't that they always feel like working. It's that they work anyway. They don't wait for the right mood or the perfect conditions. They show up day after day and do what needs to be done. Discipline is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And just like a muscle, it requires consistent effort to grow. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. Start small, wake up on time, follow through on commitments, stick to your schedule. Each small act of discipline compounds over time, creating unstoppable momentum. Over weeks, months, and years, these seemingly insignificant actions accumulate into life-changing results. Think of discipline as the foundation upon which all success is built. Without it, even the best plans crumble. A brilliant strategy is useless if you lack the discipline to execute it. $1 million idea is worthless if you don't have the discipline to bring it to life. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And the only way to guarantee that you'll work hard consistently is by developing discipline. Ask yourself, are your daily habits aligned with your goals? If not, it's time to change them. Success isn't about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day. The choices you make today shape the life you'll have tomorrow. If you discipline yourself to take action, even when you don't feel like it, you'll be unstoppable. The road to success is often long and demanding. There will be days when you want to quit. There will be moments when progress feels slow. But discipline keeps you going. Discipline keeps you on track when motivation disappears. It ensures that you keep moving forward even when the journey is tough. So don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Train your discipline like a muscle. And watch as your consistency turns your dreams into reality. Because in the end, success belongs to those who show up, do the work, and never stop pushing forward. 6th, the art of continuous learning and adaptability. The world is changing at a rapid pace. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. The most successful people are not the ones who resist change. They are the ones who embrace it. They are the lifelong learners, the ones who are constantly evolving. In a world where everything is shifting, adaptability is the ultimate advantage. Knowledge is power, but only if you apply it. Reading a book won't change your life. Applying what you learn will. Attending a seminar won't transform you. Taking action on those lessons will. Growth is not passive, it's active. It requires effort, intention, and the willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Learning is not about collecting facts. It's about using them to improve, to innovate, and to stay ahead. But here's the real secret. Learning isn't just about consuming information, it's about adapting. It's about staying open to new ideas, new perspectives, and new ways of thinking. The moment you think you know everything, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you start declining. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should you. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and innovators are those who remain students of life. They understand that wisdom is not about having all the answers, but about being willing to seek new ones. Think of it like this. Your mind is like a blade. If you don't sharpen it regularly, it becomes dull. A dull blade is ineffective, incapable of cutting through new challenges. Successful people understand that personal development is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong commitment. It's the daily sharpening of the mind and the constant refining of skills and the consistent effort to stay relevant in an ever-changing world. What are you learning today that will make you better tomorrow? Are you reading something that challenges your perspective? Are you engaging with people who expand your thinking? Are you applying what you learn, or are you simply consuming knowledge without action? The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to one thing: execution. Commit to feeding your mind daily. Read, listen, observe, and most importantly, apply. Because knowledge without action is just potential. Knowledge with action, that's power. It's the force that drives progress, fuels innovation, and creates lasting success. The world will continue to change with or without you. The question is, will you change with it? Will you evolve, adapt, and grow? Or will you stay stagnant, clinging to old ways in a new world? The choice is yours. Embrace learning, take action, and stay ahead. Because in a world that never stops moving, the only way to survive and thrive is to keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing forward. 7. Your circle defines you. Look around at the people in your life. They are either lifting you up or pulling you down. Success is not just about what you do. It's also about who you surround yourself with. Your environment shapes your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. It's been said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by winners, ambition becomes normal. If you're surrounded by complainers, mediocrity becomes comfortable. Energy is contagious, both positive and negative. Spend enough time with those who settle for less, and soon you'll find yourself doing the same. But spend time with those who demand more of themselves, and you'll naturally rise to that standard. Successful people protect their circle. They surround themselves with those who inspire them, challenge them, and push them to grow. They seek mentors, network with achievers, and cut ties with negativity. This isn't selfish, it's strategic. Every conversation you have, every interaction you engage in either pushes you closer to your goals or pulls you further away. The best in any field understand that their time and energy are their most valuable assets. They invest both wisely. Ask yourself, who are you spending your time with? Are they helping you become better or holding you back? Do they encourage you to aim higher, or do they reinforce your doubts and excuses? Your circle should consist of people who challenge your thinking, introduce you to new opportunities, and inspire you to be the best version of yourself. This doesn't mean you should cut people out of your life for the sake of it, but it does mean you should be intentional about who gets access to your time and energy. Sometimes distancing yourself from certain relationships is necessary for your personal growth. You don't owe anyone your stagnation, you owe yourself progress. Seek out those who embody the qualities you admire. Learn from those who have achieved what you aspire to. Surround yourself with people who push you beyond your comfort zone, because that's where real growth happens. Find mentors who have walked the path before you and can guide you in the right direction. Build relationships with those who celebrate your success and push you through your failures. Your circle matters. It determines the conversations you have, the standards you hold, and the limits you set for yourself. If you want to elevate your life, start by elevating the people around you. Choose wisely, because the people around you don't just influence your mindset, they shape your future. 8. Shifting from scarcity to abundance. Abundance is not just about skill, it's about mindset. How you see the world determines what you attract into your life. The way you perceive opportunities, challenges, and setbacks dictates whether you rise above circumstances or remain stuck in them. Your mindset is the lens through which you interpret reality, and it shapes your actions, decisions, and ultimately your outcomes. A scarcity mindset says, there's not enough to go around. If someone else wins, I lose. Abundance way of thinking fosters fear, competition, and jealousy. People with a scarcity mindset operate from a place of lack, constantly worrying that success is a limited resource. They hesitate to take risks, fearing failure more than they desire success. They resist collaboration, believing that helping others achieve will take away from their own potential gains. This mindset creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because they expect limitations, they encounter more of them. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, says opportunities are everywhere. If someone else succeeds, it proves that I can too. People with an abundance mindset see possibilities instead of limitations. They believe that success is not a finite resource, but an ever-expanding field. Instead of seeing others as competitors, they see them as sources of inspiration and potential partners. They focus on growth, learning, and innovation, which leads them to seize opportunities that others might overlook. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't opportunity, it's perspective. The most successful people look at obstacles and see possibilities. They see setbacks as lessons, using failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. They don't ask, why is this happening to me? They ask, what can I learn from this? This shift in thinking turns failures into fuel for growth, making resilience their greatest asset. You become what you focus on. If you focus on problems, you'll attract more problems. If you focus on solutions, you'll find more solutions. Your brain is wired to reinforce your dominant thoughts, filtering information based on what you believe to be true. If you constantly tell yourself that you are limited, incapable, or unlucky, your actions will reflect those beliefs. But if you choose to believe in abundance, success, and possibility, your actions will align accordingly, opening doors you never even noticed before. Moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset requires intentional effort. Start by reframing negative thoughts. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, ask instead of thinking, I'll never succeed like them. Remind yourself, if they can do it, so can I. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. Consume content that expands your perspective and practice gratitude daily. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. Having a mindset of abundance, your thoughts shape your reality. If you want to attract success, start by thinking like someone who is already successful. See challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and the success of others as proof that you too can achieve greatness. Change your mindset and you will change your life. 9. The role of passion and purpose in achieving success. Passion fuels success, but purpose gives it direction. The most successful people are not just working for money or recognition. They are driven by something bigger. They have a vision that goes beyond personal gain, a mission that fuels their determination, and a reason that keeps them moving forward even when challenges arise. Passion is the fire that keeps you going when things get tough. It is the emotional energy that pushes you to wake up early, stay up late, and pour your heart into your work. Passion gives you excitement, drive, and enthusiasm. It makes the journey fulfilling, but without direction, it can lead to burnout, frustration, or wasted effort. That's where purpose comes in. Purpose is the compass that ensures you're moving in the right direction. It is the deeper meaning behind what you do. When you have purpose, your work is not just about making a living, it's about making an impact. It gives you clarity, resilience, and a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond temporary motivation. Purpose ensures that your passion is channeled towards something meaningful and sustainable. When you align passion with purpose, you create unstoppable momentum. You no longer rely solely on motivation, which comes and goes. Instead, you operate from a place of deep conviction. The combination of passion and purpose turns hard work into something enjoyable, struggles into stepping stones, and setbacks into lessons. You become relentless because you are not just chasing success, you are pursuing something that truly matters to you. But here's the truth, passion alone is not enough. Many people are passionate, yet they never achieve success because they lack direction, discipline, or strategy. You must pair passion with action, strategy, and persistence. Passion without action is just a dream. Purpose without execution is just an idea. Success comes when you are willing to do the work, even when the excitement fades. You must be willing to push through the mundane, the difficult, and the discouraging moments. Success is not built on bursts of enthusiasm, but on consistent effort over time. That means setting clear goals, developing skills, and taking calculated risks. It means learning from failures, adapting to challenges, and staying committed even when progress seems slow. Find what excites you. Find what gives your life meaning. Passion is the spark, but purpose is the foundation that keeps the fire burning. Discover what you are naturally drawn to and what problems you feel compelled to solve. Then commit to mastering it. Develop your skills, build discipline, and take action every single day. Because when you work with passion and purpose, success is no longer a question of if, it's a question of when. The people who change the world are not just those who dream big, but those who take action, persist through setbacks, and stay true to their purpose. Define your passion with a clear purpose, put in the work, and success will follow as an inevitable result. 10. The bridge between dreams and reality. You can have the best mindset, the biggest goals, and the strongest network, but if you don't take action, none of it matters. Success is not about thinking, it's about doing. It's about taking massive, relentless action every single day. Too many people wait. They wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstances. But there is no perfect moment. The right time is now. The difference between those who achieve and those who don't is simple. The achievers take action. Even when they don't feel ready, they start before they have all the answers. They make mistakes, learn, and keep moving forward. If you want success, stop waiting, stop overthinking, start doing. Because in the end, success belongs to those who take action, not those who just think about it. Everything you want in life is already within your reach. But the question is, are you willing to become the person who attracts it? Success is not about luck. It's not about being born into the right circumstances. It's about mindset, discipline, resilience, and action. It's about making the choice every single day to improve, to grow, and to take control of your future. You don't need permission. You don't need validation. You already have everything you need within you. The only thing left to do is act. So, what will you do today? What step will you take? What habit will you build? Because the life you want isn't waiting for you to find it. It's waiting for you to create it. Now go out there and become the person who attracts success.